What's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Bavna, appreciate that. Roll call. Roll call. Got Mia. What's up? What's up? Adam. Upsidian. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that. Connie. Marsha. Welcome in, guys. Jaywalk. How's everyone's? Let's see. How's everyone's Sunday? Finally caught one of the lies. Welcome in. Your first live? It's amazing. What subject are we discussing today? We're talking about witchcraft. These crafty warlocks that are out here. Love the hat. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, second quarter of the year, guys. Halftime, halftime. Hopefully everything's been going well for you guys. If the energy was intense the first half of the year, hopefully it's getting a little bit better for you guys. What's up, KK? Best year of your life? That's amazing. Love that for you. You're learning Spanish? I took Spanish in high school. I wasn't the best. First half of the year was rough. We'll make the second part way better. Like, you're reading my story. Yeah, a lot of us are going through the same things. What's good, M? What you do today? FYP, appreciate the follow. Narcissists are soulless witches. Basically, every warlock is a narcissist, but not all narcissists are warlocks. I think calling every narcissist a warlock would be giving them too much credit. Warlocks are like, they know what they're doing, like fully. But then years later, you move to Phoenix, not the same. I feel it. And welcome in, Newfoundland Fairy. You're starting to lose faith in people. I had a point like that in my life. Like, I was even telling people around me, like, I lost my faith in humanity. Honestly, I think with me, it's like me having this community. Oh, it's 145 both sides. That's trippy. Me like having this community shows me there's other people out there that's like me. But before like me even tapping into social media, I just kind of gave up on human beings. But now like I've reached like a frequency where like I have like full understanding. I know why people do the things that they do, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stay around and like have you abuse me. My lives only hit hometown hated. WYM, what you mean? What's up, Michelle? They not like us. Thank you for hosting. I got you. But you guys know what's up. Get me to 20K likes on the TikTok side, and we will be getting started. For those of you guys that don't know me, you're not alone. I talk a lot about spiritual warfare. Today, the topic is witchcraft, things to look out for, how to protect yourself. You guys got to be aware when you're out there. Understand that not everyone thinks like you. not everyone is moving in an authentic way. If anything, it's like less of us. So it's more rare to meet someone that thinks like us. And the majority of people are doing these things. But if you said it out loud, people will be like, why are you even complaining about that? This is not as serious, because everyone is kind of like doing these things. Some of like the programming for people too are so deep that they don't even know they're doing these things. Like it's kind of just like second nature to them. And if you were to point out that they were doing any of these things, like you would think having this knowledge will make life easier because you could explain these things to people. But the more you know, the more annoying it's going to be, because you trying to explain what someone else is doing is going to make them want to start attacking you and stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a joint stream. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. If you guys want to catch this live afterwards, subscribe to my YouTube. Link is in the bio. What's up, JT? Can we talk about how Blueface is a narcissist? With great knowledge comes great sorrow. Facts. The veil is definitely thinning. Not everything is witchcraft, but yeah, words are definitely spells. It's also about the intention as well. Two people can say the same thing, but then one person can have a negative intention behind it, and that's black magic right there. And someone else can have a different intention behind it. Appreciate the heart, man. Yeah, guys, ignore all the other accounts that's like following you. If you guys are in here, you're gonna shoot me a follow, and then as soon as you follow me, like 3 accounts are gonna start following you. I don't know how they do this stuff, but that's just like how it goes. And then people start following me. It's like, I gotta see what he's talking about. But thank you. I appreciate the follows. But yeah, guys, once we get to 20K on the TikTok side, we will get started. What does Specs Magic mean? We'll talk about it. Witchcraft only works when your vibration is low, and that is definitely facts. It's easier to manipulate someone that is a lower vibration. The higher up you vibrate, the more you just start seeing through these things. For example, the Matrix is just a witchcraft spell. And when you start vibrating higher, it's not like you did things to like start seeing through it. It just starts happening naturally. And just as you had an identity crisis probably with the Matrix, you'll have an identity crisis when you realize there was a warlock that was in your life manipulating you. Now you're able to see it clearly, and everything they did, you're like, yo, they were manipulating me right there. You start getting angry, you start like bargaining, going through the stages of griefs. But anytime like you break out of these spells, like it makes you stronger. You get to a point where you can see these people from like a mile away, but they won't know you see them. Appreciate the rose. But we're almost at 20K. Keep tapping the screens. Probably going to be talking about this stuff for probably like 2 hours. I'm going to have someone come up and talk. It's like another light worker that I'll be talking to on social media. We had like a cool conversation with you guys. I appreciate the heart, man. You have a lot of pages. I thought you guys were over exaggerating about that. The other day, like I actually went to go search for it. And then, yeah, like there's a lot of like false pages that's pretending to be me. And someone also sent me a message. It's like, how these people talk, I talk nothing like that. These people are messaging you guys like, greetings, light workers. Do you want a personal reading? That's not me, guys. I don't talk like that. And I will never message you guys offering a reading. So that's a red flag right there. If anything, that's warlocks doing that stuff, trying to manipulate you guys, to scam you guys. And then trying to scam my community is like funny because you guys are protected. So if anyone tries to scam you guys, like they're gonna ruin their life by doing that. Greetings, beings of light. Man, it's crazy. Hey, but we hit 20K, guys, on TikTok. I'm about to get started. For you guys that don't know me, You're Not Alone. I talk about spiritual warfare. Today, we're going to be breaking down these warlocks. A lot of you guys have probably encountered warlocks and you didn't even know that's what you were dealing with. It's a beautiful thing to see that the world is starting to wake up. People are tapping into this knowledge. And knowledge and awareness is always the first step, because how can you defend yourself against something that you don't even know is like even a thing? And that's why I do these lives, just to kind of put the information out there. But sometimes some of you guys got to go through these things to be like, oh, this is like a real thing. A lot of you guys in here is just a refresher, because like you see these things on a daily basis, and these type of lies validates what you're already seeing. Because in this spiritual warfare, when it comes to these warlocks, they operate behind the veil and they do a lot of things that's like plausible deniability. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I think out of everything on this list, yeah, plausible deniability, in my opinion, that's the one I get most annoyed by. Because people will like do things to you and they do it in a way where like you can't really call it out. Because if you called it out, they have like some type of alibi. And I know some of you guys don't care about that, but remember, it's like a game that's being played out there. And if their plausible deniability is really strong, they'll do something, and if you call it out, they'll make you the crazy one. Like, it's very like sick what these people are doing. Gaslighting, exactly. It makes me so mad. But before we get more into these tactics, I always want to kind of just talk about spiritual warfare a little bit, remind people like what it is. Know that we are in the midst of one, guys. A question I'm going to get a lot is, when does it end? I literally wish I can give you guys like a specific date. I do wish you guys can ask me and I could be like, oh, like August 19th, 2036. But sadly, guys, this is like a lifelong thing. And if you guys are down here fighting these things, this is what you signed up for. I know you probably don't remember it. You probably be thinking to yourself, like, why would I come down here? Because quite frankly, if I'm being real, a lot of us really think Earth is really ghetto. The things people are doing down here, the manipulation, the games, the traumatizing, the sadistic behavior, a lot of us don't want no parts of this at all. And we think to ourselves, why would we ever come down here? But realistically, like, you will see the planet and how it is, and you see that it needs help. And that's why you guys came down here, to be that helping hand. But in spiritual warfare, when you're the one down here trying to help raise the vibration, be a positive person, trying to like pass knowledge, they're going to hate you for this, guys. In spiritual warfare with these demons, these warlocks, all these little games, this and that, they have the most fun when no one is able to see what they are doing. A lot of times too, sometimes like you'll catch someone in the act and then they'll say sorry. And then you'll think to yourself like, oh, okay, they said sorry. Most of the time, like when you catch people, they're not sorry they did it. They're sorry that they got caught. These demons, these warlocks, they sold their soul a long time ago. And these people have no type of empathy. So don't try to put these people on the same level as you. When people vibrate like very low and they're fighting trauma every day and they don't do anything to try to heal, they don't have empathy. And one thing warlocks will do, they'll like fake empathy as well. Someone said masking, exactly. These warlocks can cry on command. This stuff is very crazy. They have like all these little tactics they'll do to kind of like try to manipulate you. But yeah, warlocks can cry on command. Try to pay attention to people's energy instead of like the things that they are saying. In spiritual warfare, there's all these little like, I will never be able to cover every single tactic that they're doing. The ones I put on here are like the most common, but realistically, like when it comes to spiritual warfare, all of the answers that you guys are looking for are within. You don't always have to kind of just go on social media, try to find your favorite creator and get like the answers from them. You guys have discernment, so you will be able to sense when these people are doing these things to you. If you ever feel like something is off about somebody and you start questioning things in your head and you're in a state of confusion, there's a high chance that is some type of demon, that is some type of warlock. But the trick is, guys, you guys have to trust your own discernment. Because if you're out here not trusting your discernment, it's going to be very painful for you guys. On the YouTube side, I'm titling this live, or I think the thumbnail is "Witchcraft Will Not Work on You." It won't work on you unless you make it like you're just willingly being blind to the things that are happening. When you get to a certain level, you see like all these tactics, but sometimes like these demons, they study you guys and they know you guys are empathetic and they use that against you. Don't think that like everyone that's watching you out there is just someone that has your best interest at heart. Some people are watching you to figure out what your weakness is. Some of these people have conversations with you guys to find out what that weakness is. But on top of that, they can watch you and like the little things you do. Like, you know that phrase, they say no good deed goes unpunished. Sometimes you can do something good for somebody and like the warlock's just like watching from a distance. Instead of them thinking like, oh, that person did an amazing thing. I want to be like that person too. Like, I want to help heal the world. Remember, these warlocks don't have no type of empathy. They're not thinking like that. They just want control. They want to have control over you. And they're trying to find what is it that they can use to gain that control. And right there, when you went out to somebody, you did a good deed, they saw it. Now they're thinking to themselves like, oh, this person's nice. This person's kind. They're empathetic. They start thinking to themselves, they can use that against you. And that's why sometimes you guys can't really be like, I don't think they know what they're doing. These demons know what they're doing, guys, but they maintain plausible deniability. And that plausible deniability, like I said in the beginning, is them having some type of alibi, them having a way to hide behind the things that they are doing. How many of you guys ever had someone throw stones and then hide their hands? Drop one down in the comments. How many of you guys had someone do something to you, then tried to act innocent right after? Drop one down in the comments. That's plausible deniability. And when you don't have this type of information, you start believing that stuff too. Remember, these witchcraft tactics is there to make you question your own discernment. And once again, they use your own empathy against you. And you guys like to see the good in everybody. You like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. That's how we were getting manipulated our whole lives. Like, we had to learn to cut that out immediately. Giving everyone the benefit of the doubt is a quick ticket to like getting you taken out. Letting these demons jump you and do all the things that they do. Because you be catching these demons in the act and you be like, is it that? Is it this? But all they got to say is like one lie. And you're like, oh, okay, my bad. Sometimes these demons are so crafty. You will go to confront them and you will leave apologizing to them. That's how you guys know you guys be dealing with like some high level warlocks. You guys got to trust what you're seeing. And if you're confronting somebody, which I don't even recommend that, guys, confronting a warlock and thinking you're going to leave with some clarity. When it comes to warlocks, sometimes you got to like just see what they are and like, oh, I got to get out of here. Close that chapter. It's time to go to your next timeline. Leave that warlock behind. A lot of us, when we were growing up, we just thought like, oh, you know what? A quick conversation can solve this. They probably didn't know what they were doing, not knowing what plausible deniability is. You went, you had that conversation. The first lie they gave you, you're like, oh, man, I didn't see that correctly. My bad. I'm sorry I even like accused you. You walk away, that warlock is starting to laugh like, I got him. I got him. I got her. Discernment is something that will make you feel lonely because at the end of the day, you guys are only going to be, discernment is only for you and you only. It's going to be very rare where you can open up about your discernment and then other people are like seeing the things that you are seeing. Most of you guys can only really come in here and explain these things in these chats, and then we'll be here to understand what you guys are talking about. But realistically, in this matrix, guys, when everyone is like asleep, they don't know what's going on, you're going to try to explain your discernment. You're going to try to break down how someone, a warlock, is doing plausible deniability. And I promise you on everything, this stuff is going to make sense in your head. As soon as you start speaking about it out loud, you're going to realize like halfway, you're going to be like, oh, this sounds insane. And that's what's going to make you question yourself, because like if other people can't understand you, if other people can't see what you see, you're going to think to yourself like, or you know what, maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm tripping. But honestly, like with your discernment, when you truly have the gift of discernment, you guys end up being right 90% of the time. And you go through these situations more than one time for you to be like, I got to start trusting what I'm seeing. Because if you don't, they're going to keep doing the same thing to you over and over and over. And when it comes to warlocks, when it comes to narcs, even if you escape one demon, if you don't learn the lesson you're supposed to learn, that demon will manifest into somebody else. And that's why it's crucial for you guys to learn as you're going, which a lot of you guys already do that. But if you're running into like that same individual over and over, you got to kind of like look at yourself and be like, what is it that I'm not learning? Why do I keep attracting the same person that's doing the same exact thing? And by doing that, that's what's going to help you elevate and get to the next timeline. Because all warlocks are gatekeepers to your next timeline. Let's go back to talking about the spiritual warfare. This warfare is just designed to keep you guys on this planet. It's a reincarnation trap. And if you're not learning your lessons, you stay stuck as one person your whole life. You come right back here to do it all over again. But if you're learning, you're evolving, you're going through that suffering, you start evolving, you start going to your highest timeline, it's not going to be like all just kind of smooth, because you start being on top of what you're supposed to be doing. You're going to go up, up, up. And now you got like enemies like in this timeline. People that you got to kind of like encounter because you got to learn some type of lesson. And I'm not saying that in a way to like scare you guys. I feel like a lot of these names that we give these entities gives them a lot of power. Warlock, narcissist, demon. It sounds scary to like an outsider. But when you guys are fully tapped in, you start to understand that the reason they are demonic is because in the inside, they're just very insecure. They're very scared. They were just never able to figure out their traumas. So when you're able to look at people like that and look at the gatekeepers like that, it's going to be very, very easy to be able to get through these people. Because when you're going up, 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 and you meet that warlock, maybe 3, 4, however much it is on that point in your journey, all you do is ignore what they're doing and you'll be able to step over them and keep going up. But for a lot of us in the beginning, it's like we go up, up, up. We have this one warlock. We can't learn that lesson, and now we're stagnant. We just stay right here in that timeline until we learn what we got to learn. So I'm saying, as hard as it is with dealing with these people, you got to look at it like, oh, the fact that I'm dealing with so many of these warlocks coming my way must mean I got some type of blessing coming in my life. Some type of miracles about to hit, blessings. That's what a breakthrough is. Like, this life isn't all bad unless you allow it to be. Your thoughts create your reality. These warlocks are designed to come into your life to manipulate you, to make you feel like all this stuff is bad. And spiritual warfare is designed, if I was to make it simple, designed to make you want to crash out. And let's keep it real. Like, these demons, they're very annoying. I know I come on here, I seem calm, I be smiling, but hey, keep it real. These demons are annoying. The things that they will do, how they'll poke at you, they start smiling when you're getting out of character. But awareness is the first step. And if you know what they're doing, not saying it's going to be 100% easy, but it will make it easier to be able to deal with them. And the easier way to understand it and make it easier when you're dealing with them is keep telling yourself, like, oh, if I get through this warlock, if I get through this demon, I will have a breakthrough. And that breakthrough will come with the blessings. If you guys lost money, because also too, like, dealing with these demons for a long period of time, if you guys can't figure out the lesson, you will start losing things. So that could be more motivation to, like, figure this stuff out. If you have a demon in your life and you let them be around you for too long, they're really bringing down your frequency. They're really manipulating your thoughts. They can make your life, like, very difficult. You can start losing things. But also keep in mind that whatever you lose, you will get it back times 10 once you figure out said lesson. So when you're going up, 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 and you meet that one warlock and you're stuck right here, as soon as you learn that lesson, you'll be able to step over, go to your next timeline, go to your next chapter, and then whatever was lost, you start getting the things back. Blessings will come so much that it will be overwhelming. You will think that you're not deserving of it. Your imposter syndrome might kick in. But everyone in here right now, I want to tell you, you guys deserve to have a good life. If right now you don't think you do, that's a witchcraft spell, and you guys got to break that out. Everyone in here, whatever life you want to have, you deserve it, and you can make it happen. The only difficult part is these demons don't want you to be happy. These demons don't want you to get that new job, to become financially abundant, to get that mansion, to get that car. If it was really up to these warlocks, they would have you guys being homeless and sleeping under a bridge. And the confusing part about it is they look like normal people. They will never say this stuff out loud. You will have a warlock say, like, oh, I want the best for you. You're going to be one of the greats. You're going to get to the top. Whole time that warlock's like, I hate this person. Why do they get to have that? Why do they get to have that? Envy, guys, envy, jealousy, that makes people do some weird things. People stay envious for too long. They just go down the path of a warlock. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to have no jealous people around me. We've all heard the story, not even heard the stories. You guys have dealt with this stuff. How many of you guys had like a jealous person do the weirdest thing to you, try to take you out, drop ones in the chat? They try to be in that secret competition with you. They say they love you, but the same day, right when they said that, they're talking behind your back. Those type of people, guys, you guys got to get away from those individuals. And a lot of this stuff is normalized because society is like very narcissistic. But a true friend, a true person in your life, they're not talking about you or gossiping about you. You guys have some friends do this stuff. Like, I talked to some of you guys, and you're like, they do this, but then like they still do this. No. As soon as I heard they were gossiping about you, as soon as I heard they had you in a group chat saying this about you, saying that, everything else you said after that, I didn't hear it. Because that's not normal. People gossiping about you guys, talking behind your back, preying on your downfall. It might seem normal because that's a majority of people you've encountered are like that. But trust me, that's not everybody. Because if you guys met anyone else in the chat, we would want the best for you, honestly. It's very rare when you can meet someone that wants you to do good just no matter what. A lot of people like want to see you doing good. They just don't want to see you doing better. And that's the mind of a warlock. They're like a crabs in a bucket type of mentality. They think if you win, that means that they lose. And I've never understood that. This is a big planet. This is like so much resources. But if a warlock locks onto you guys and they start to get very obsessed with you, because that's the thing about a warlock, they're very like obsessive beings. They don't know who they are, so they try to find the blueprints in other people. Warlocks will seek out people that like are just high vibrational, know where they're going, have a higher calling. They won't like you, but they'll come around trying to ruin your life while trying to take what you do and make and like apply it to themselves. And that's the confusing part about this whole stuff, to understand that not everyone that comes into your life and is smiling is someone that wants you to do well. And many times throughout this stream, I'm going to keep saying that discernment is key. Discernment is key. Because once you fully have discernment, it's like someone can really be smiling in your face, saying they want the best for you, this and that. But then you'll feel some type of like weird demonic energy like coming off of them. I like to call this stuff like a spider sense. Sometimes like I don't even like really be paying attention to people like that. Like I be in my own head just like thinking about other stuff. And then people come around me being overly nice, and then my body just starts feeling some type of way. My pattern recognition starts kicking in. And even though these people have everyone else around them fooled, you're going to be like, oh, that's a warlock right there. Or that's some type of demon. I don't know what they got going on. They just look very fake to you guys. But the thing about these warlocks is they do these glamour spells on other people. And when they do glamour spells, other people aren't going to be able to see what they are doing. So you're going to be the only one that's seeing what this warlock's trying to manipulate you, do all these different type of things. But everyone around you is going to be like, that's a cool person. That person's amazing. They're funny. They're charming. The whole time, that person just has people under a spell. But as I said, when you get to a certain frequency, witchcraft no longer works on you guys. You can see through that stuff like very easily. So easily, you might think to yourself, like, why doesn't anybody else see this stuff? And once again, you're going to have to keep this stuff to yourself, because as soon as you try to expose or let someone else know that you're dealing with a warlock, that spell is going to make that person start to attack you. Warlocks like to surround themselves with minions, guys. And all this stuff sounds like a fairy tale, I know, but the ones that's been through it, they know exactly what I'm talking about. People probably think that in a friend group, everyone's cool. Minions, what are you talking about? We all think for ourselves. Hey, there's some groups out there, a warlock just surrounds themselves with people that are yes men, that will follow whatever they do. They surround themselves with people where that warlock could be like traumatizing somebody, and the people they have around them are just going to look the other way and act like they don't see what's going on. And that's going to be a trap of trying to like let people know that someone is probably a warlock, because there's a high chance that if you're trying to open up to someone that knows that warlock, they're under their spell. And that spell means that if you open up to that person, they're going to take that information and go right back to that warlock. And now you're going to find yourself in a way worse situation. Witchcraft is the manipulation of energy, guys. When people is manipulating you, that's black magic. If you don't give any energy, they can't really do witchcraft on you. But you trying to open up to gain clarity from another individual, now that's energy that they can use to manipulate and twist and do all the weird things that warlocks do. Sakshi, thank you. And I'm pretty sure you guys have went through that stuff. Like, these warlocks will twist your intentions. They'll pretend to misunderstand you, have you in a state of confusion. You guys are probably one of the nicest people, the kindest people. If you do like a nice gesture in front of like a warlock, they can take that, manipulate, and do some type of spell to make you seem like a very bad person. And you be thinking to yourself, like, how did they even get to that conclusion? But also understand that when you get to a certain frequency, spiritual awaken, thank you. Once you get to a certain frequency, whenever these demons or warlocks try to accuse you of anything, that is more revealing on like the other person. If someone is out there purposely misunderstanding the things that you are doing, you're probably thinking like, why are you even thinking like that? That's because they're thinking if they were in your shoes, that's what they would be doing. And a lot of these warlocks, guys, they don't think that you're like an actual good person. That's how demonic this world is, guys. There's only like 10% of us out there. When you guys first met that warlock, they probably loved you. They probably put you on a pedestal. You're like the best person in their life because they thought you were pretending as well. But you weren't pretending. You didn't even know people was even pretending until like after like your teenage years or a little bit older. But your whole life, you just thought everyone was just being their authentic selves. Come to find out, a lot of people are wearing masks. You'll meet a warlock, they'll think you're wearing a mask as well. They're like, I met another warlock, they're just like me. But then they're gonna find out that, oh, this person isn't pretending. And you guys will like always notice it at like the same time. Like, they're gonna notice you're not pretending, and you're gonna notice they're pretending. And it's like now they're gonna try to like recruit you into psychological warfare. Because one thing about these warlocks, guys, is like they hate when you're naturally embodying the things that they are trying very hard to mask and pretend to be. And when it comes to spiritual warfare and these warlocks and these witchcraft tactics, guys, you guys don't like playing games, but I hate to say it, sometimes you can't even avoid it. Like, it's just society. You're going to run into a warlock. You could even sit them down and tell them like, hey, look, I am one of the few people. I don't like playing these games. You can manipulate other people. Like, I'm like, please, like, just leave me out of it. I'm not going to let anyone know you're a warlock. You can't really, you can't exit the game. Because also, too, if you let a warlock know that you're seeing them and you don't want to play, they're going to start doubling down on what they're doing. And they're going to take you as like a challenge that they have to try to conquer or something. And when you have discernment, it's not like you don't want to play the game because you're oblivious and you're scared that you're going to lose. You just don't want to be a part of these manipulation games. But you see what's going on. And these warlocks are going to think that, oh, they just don't know how to play. This is an easy target. Let's start the games. Let's manipulate. And like, you're seeing what they're doing. And you can even let them know like, hey, I see what you're doing. But once again, whenever you explain yourself, that gives them the vantage point to get even more manipulative, to try like a stronger tactic. These warlocks, they love control. Like, they want to be gods over other people. The only thing that doesn't really work on you guys, like, you guys see through all these manipulation tactics. They be using like elementary manipulation tactics on you. And honestly, if you're walking this journey, we didn't have the best childhood. While other people were getting supported and was like, yo, like, oh, you're amazing. You can do this, this, and that. We were fighting witchcraft spells from like a young age. A lot of us were surrounded by warlocks growing up, having to kind of watch out for these tactics and stuff like that. So when you grow up as a black sheep of the family, as like a generational curse breaker, This stuff becomes very obvious when people try doing it to you later on down the road. And one thing that's going to happen with these warlocks is you're going to tell them you don't want to play. They're still going to recruit you into these Hunger Games, into these Squid Games. You don't want to play, but you can still defend yourself. Because why are you going to play possum to a warlock? Like, all right, I told you. But if you want to keep doing this, I will protect myself. And when you got to reverse it back on a warlock when their attacks backfire, you would think they would think to themselves like, oh, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should learn. Maybe I should try to get better. Evolve, heal. A lot of things I'm going to say to you guys, these warlocks are very delusional people. They're not going to think like in the regular way. And if you somehow beat them in a game that you didn't even want to play, they're going to start try to win somehow. Because one of these warlocks in general, their biggest fear is being exposed for people seeing them for who they are. And they will take losing to you as like you exposing them, even though that was not your intention. And if a warlock somehow feels somewhat exposed by you guys, whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, you're going to start to get another witchcraft tactic that's on the list. That's called right here, Darvo. If you guys know what Darvo is, drop ones in the chat. If you don't know what that is, drop twos in the chat. And meanwhile, I do want to thank all you guys up in here. You guys don't have to be supporting me, but I truly appreciate it. If you're on the TikTok side, shoot me a follow. I go live every single night. And also subscribe to my YouTube, where this live will be uploaded afterwards. Appreciate the heart, man. So guys, Darvo, I'm pretty sure we all went through it. Remember, when it comes to warlocks and these narcs, they don't want to face who they are as a person. They're living in a delusional reality. And if they feel somewhat exposed by you and you did what they feared the most, Darvo is just them accusing you of what they are. Darvo stands for D is deny, A is attack. That's when they start attacking you, when they feel exposed by you. Then R, they'll reverse it. They're the ones trying to traumatize you, do all these different things. But the reverse is like, no, they're doing it to me. No, they're the warlock. They're the narcissist. Whole time you were just minding your business. Guys, in this reality, this spiritual warfare, they hate when you mind your business. You can't avoid this stuff. When you're that one person just trying to keep to yourself, be quiet. For some reason, people take a more liking to you when you're quiet, and they want to get around you to figure you out. And the ways they will reverse this back onto you guys, you will kind of be like impressed a little bit, because you will be thinking like, damn, they really believe said lies. And they lie so well at times, it will make you question yourself. They'll reverse it, and then they'll play victim. Playing victim in a situation that they created. And you're going to be watching this whole thing go on. If you guys are advanced, like you guys have been on a journey for a minute, you'll just find this stuff interesting. But in the beginning, when you didn't know what was going on, this stuff was horrible to go through. I remember I was going through this stuff. Please don't put your numbers in the chat. Thank you. But I remember when I was younger and I was going through this stuff, I'm like, what is going on? Am I seeing things correctly? Am I the narcissist? Am I the warlock? Remember, witchcraft is designed to manipulate your thoughts. It's designed to make you feel as if like you don't have a sense of your reality. And that method is playing on your empathy as well. Because if a warlock fought another warlock and they use that Darvo technique, warlocks aren't self-reflecting. So if they did Darvo on another warlock, they'll laugh in their face. They're like, what are you talking about? But because you guys are empathetic, because you guys are trying to understand people, they know that by accusing you of doing that, you're going to be going to the house and you're going to be asking yourself, am I the narcissist? And that takes the attention off of them. And not only is Darvo used to manipulate you and confuse you in that situation, they use it to get ahead of the story. Warlocks, remember, they like, what is the O? My bad. The O is offender. So when they make themselves the victim, they make you the offender. They make you the warlock. They make you the narcissist. But in these situations, they want to get ahead of the story. So the Darvo witchcraft technique is also, because they're so scared of getting exposed, their mindset is like, let me expose you as what I am to other people. So I hate to say it, guys, but if you have to deal with a warlock in your life, they like to group up with people. They're going to go to other people and shout from the rooftops, such and such is a narcissist. Such and such is manipulating me. And you would be thinking to yourself like, hey, there's no way that someone will believe these things. I don't even look like what they're accusing me of. I stay out the mix. I don't talk to people. There's no way they're going to believe these things. Hey, you'll be surprised, guys. These warlocks are very crafty. You start seeing people believe these things, you're like, what is happening right now? You start to really think you're in a TV show or something. And there's a couple reasons why those people are probably believing said lies about you. And they're not even trying to ask you anything, and they just automatically assume that you're the issue. One of the reasons, if someone believes said lies about you and they didn't come to you guys to ask your side of the story, high probability that person was always against you. Some of you guys are thinking, Jimmy was against me? Nah, Jimmy's cool. He was smiling, he was supporting me. Hey guys, the world is a stage. People be pretending. It took me a minute to like be fully secured in that belief. People will pretend for years. Some of you guys been married to narcs. These people are pretending for 20 years. Some people just want to stay around you because they're waiting for your downfall. They take your misery as like entertainment. So you thought Jimmy was like a cool person. They'll never like believe said lies. The warlock wasn't even finished saying the lie before Jimmy just believed everything. They're like, hey, do you know such and such? I knew it. They start saying all these different things, and you're like, this person always had a problem with me? They're like, remember like 2 weeks ago, they paused in that one sentence, warlock. And now you got Jimmy believing it. And this will happen like with multiple people. And then this is when you start getting into the sheep territory, because some people don't know how to think for themselves, guys. And I know as you guys are like outside the matrix and you guys aren't easily influenced. You got to look at other people. They're very easily influenced. Sometimes they don't even look at the facts. Sometimes they don't even try to like really confirm these things. If a lot of people believe said lies, that's all it takes. Oh, 4 people saying this, it must be true. And once again, this stuff is really going to confuse you because like you might be thinking, well, if everyone is against me, that must mean I'm in the wrong. And that's what those warlocks are thriving on, for you to be in confusion. You have to be so secure in yourself, guys. You got to be like, you can have like 100 people going against you, but you are fully comfortable in your beliefs and who you are as a person, that none of this stuff is going to affect you. And I know it's going to seem lonely. I know it's going to seem like you guys want people to be on your side, and you guys are going to want to explain yourselves. Guys, don't explain yourselves. If you guys get anything out of this live, explaining yourself is one of the worst things you can do. If they start lying on you, that is a sign it's time to leave. God is about to bless you in some type of way, but you can only get blessed if you are able to let go. Rise of a Hero, thank you. Everybody out here is playing characters, facts. If you guys haven't mastered detachment, these warlocks are going to bully you guys to no end. Sometimes God wants to give you that new car, that new job, new friends, a new life. But God can't give it to you because you're so attached to like the old. You're attached to that group of people that's like lying on you. You're trying to clear your name and all those different things. Remember what we talked about, like when you're on the timeline going up, 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 that smear campaign happens. They start lying on your name. Ignore it. You'll still go up, get your blessings. But if you're at this level, they start a smear campaign and you start explaining yourself, now you're stuck on that timeline. If you're going home every day, you're stressed out about it. Like, why are they lying on me? I thought they were my friends. I thought they were this. Spiritual warfare is designed to manipulate your thoughts, guys. So if you guys are in misery about these things, trying to figure out how could they do this to you, that's going to keep you stuck in a timeline. And they're doing exactly what they were sent to do. Ignoring is going to be your best like weapon in spiritual warfare, guys. For a warlock to be able to drain you and do the things that they do, they have to attach an energetic core to you guys. We all have a solar plexus in the middle. When warlocks start doing what they do, they got to attach that core to your solar plexus. And when they're trying to attach it, if you ignore what they're doing, that core is going to bounce right back off. And whatever energy they try to send your way is going to go right back to them. And it's going to hit them. But if whatever they do to you and you react to it, now it's connected to you. And now you're starting to freak out. You're like, what is going on? Oh my God. And once again, these warlocks take joy in your misery. So as you're going through it, they're just laughing, watching you from afar. But if you're able to ignore it, a lot of us, like, we've gotten to the point where we know we're surrounded and we just don't let this stuff get to us. You just got to stay calm. And as soon as you know you're dealing with some type of demonic person, hey, just disconnect. Honestly. These people are like overgrown children. Like a child, like they need your attention. Like it fuels them. But if you're able to just ignore whatever they're doing, and you guys have noticed this in real time, when someone does something to you and you ignore them, they start freaking out. They start malfunctioning and everything. And you be thinking like you're not even doing anything. You're just kind of like ignoring what they're doing, just looking the other way, gray rocking people. For those of you guys that don't know what gray rocking is, it's just becoming a rock. They try to do something to you, just start giving them one-word answers. Like, hey, you're ugly. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're right. Okay. You're not giving them that emotional reaction, and now they're going to start malfunctioning. And if people can't manipulate you guys, if people can't get you under witchcraft, that's when the accusations are going to start. That's when they go straight to Darvo. In this reality, guys, people want to be weird in peace. People just want to be able to get away with what they're doing. And once they come across you and they're not able to manipulate you like the other people, now you're the problem. Now you're the issue. And that type of stuff shows you that, oh, you're not supposed to be around those people. Because healthy people can communicate with you in a healthy way without all these manipulation tactics, without all the games. I know it seems like everyone you come across are doing these things, but once again, not everyone is doing it. The only hard part about that is like the ones that aren't playing these games, we're in the house. Our nervous systems are like got dysregulated, and we've been healing and we've been getting it more regulated. And now we don't want to be around that stuff anymore. But also when it comes back with them trying to attach that cord with the whole them trying to attack you, that is just reactive abuse. And people that's doing that stuff, that is just very weird. I think it's like a lot of stuff gets normalized these days. So like if you talk about that stuff, people won't really kind of see what you're talking about. But if any of you guys are going through that right now, hey, I'm sending you guys my positive energy. That is a very annoying thing to deal with. If you guys have people doing reactive abuse to you right now, drop ones in the chat. And for those of you guys that don't know what it is, it's just people like keep attacking you, poking you, trying to get you out of character, trying to get some type of reaction out of you. Because with reactive abuse, this is what's going to happen, guys. Let's say you do give your attention to a situation, and there's no timeline on this either. Like, someone can really be doing reactive abuse on you for like years, like 5-6 years, and you ignored them for 6 years. Someone said it right there, provoking spirits. That's exactly what they are. We can be doing it for 6 years. If you react at one time, as soon as you react, it's no longer about what they did. Now it's about your reaction. And now you're the one looking like the crazy one in the situation. And you'll tell people like, no, but they were doing this years and they were doing that. It does not matter. At that point, all they're seeing is you being the crazy person. And the warlock just ran off giggling, laughing. I got him. I got her. And they're having the time of their life. Because one misconception you're going to make about these warlocks is that they're trying to get to like a common ground with you. That they're trying to like find some type of solution. These people are crazy. They're not trying to find some type of solution. They're just trying to piss you off. But once again, God uses these situations to show you what you got to work on. Because if a warlock is still able to get under your skin, if a warlock is still able to get some type of reaction out of you, that shows that there's something you got to work on. Because like, why is that triggering you? In spiritual warfare, guys, you're not going to win every single battle. New levels, new devils. Once you learn, you're going up and up and up. New levels, new devils. Now you got new warlocks doing these new tactics that you haven't seen before. Hitting on a wound that you thought was healed. But once again, if you're doing your shadow work and you're trying to figure this stuff out, there's no way you guys can lose, because you'll lose the battle, but you'll always win the war. So if any warlock out there was doing reactive abuse on you guys and they got that reaction out of you, don't get mad about it. Just be like, all right, like, why did that affect me? Because one thing about it, like when you got the new levels, new devils, and you're dealing with some type of warlock, they're stuck at like one level. So whatever that warlock did to you that got you out of character, they're not learning or evolving. So once you learn said lesson that warlock in your life was supposed to teach you, you will elevate and you will never see that warlock ever again. Pretty sure a lot of you guys experience that. Like when your soul contract is done with some individual in your life, even if they live like right down the street, like the next, like right down the street, you will literally never see that person ever again. It's like they disappear out of your life or something. However, there are those rare times where you will have a warlock probably come back around. And God will use warlocks from like your past seasons to try to show you how much you've actually elevated. And that will show you again how warlocks aren't growing as people. Because you probably would have like left a warlock like 5 years ago. They'll come back in your life. They'll start attacking you. And they're doing the same exact things. The same tactics from like 5 years ago. And you be thinking to yourself like, this cannot be. You didn't learn anything in all that time. And a lot of times that's just God showing you like, hey, look, you've come a long way. And think about like timeline shifting and quantum jumping as well. There's a high probability you won't react to what that warlock is doing to you. But let's say like for some reason you start reacting to what an enemy from like 5 years did to you. Just because you got to like a certain level, a certain timeline, it doesn't mean it's like a permanent change. You can get pulled back into an older timeline. So I do want you guys to be careful. Like if you see yourself backtracking, if you see yourself falling back into old habits, correct it immediately, because you can sabotage what you got going on. And that's why some warlocks, they'll come back into your life disguised as a friend. They'll have like a mask on to be like, hey, I've changed. I've grown as a person. Whole time, they come back into your life to pull you back into old habits. And if you guys go back to old people that you know you're not supposed to be around, that can sabotage what you got going on. Everyone in the chat, we are moving forward. We're not going backwards. Don't let the loneliness get to you guys. Don't make it make you feel as if you have to reconnect with old toxic people. New people are on the way, but you got to believe that they're going to come into your life. And a lot of us, we actually like our alone time now, so that's not even an issue. And if an old warlock is trying to come back into your life, guys, they're going to have the same tactics. They're going to try to pretend like they've changed. But once you see through somebody, it's like there's no unseeing it. A lot of these warlocks, when you first met them, they look normal. They look like normal people. They were attractive, charming, funny. As soon as that mask dropped, you just see the demon that's like on that person. And you're like, whoa, this stuff is very obvious. And that's why when they try to come back around you and they try to put back on that mask, it's like you see this big demon that has on this little mask. And you're like, I see who you are. They'll try to be overly nice when they try to come back your way. And that stuff will make you feel awkward because you'll be thinking, I see who you are. You know I see you. But why are you pretending and doing these type of games? Remember, guys, like a lot of warlocks are going to get very obsessed with you guys. A lot of warlocks aren't going to be able to let you guys go. Your guys' type of energy as a light worker, it's not really like common. And a lot of these warlocks meet you. And as soon as they lose you, they can't find your energy anywhere else. And that's why they'll try repeatedly to try to come back into your life. And that's when we get into the category of like stalking. Because a lot of these warlocks are going to stalk you guys. And it's going to be annoying. But remember, if you react to any of this stuff, you tell them, stop stalking me. Try to ask them, like, why are you doing this to me? Once again, that will attach the cord back to them. Now you're thinking about that situation a lot. And that can pull you back down to an older timeline. It's a weird society, guys. You guys will have these warlocks do these things to you. You will beat them in whatever type of psychological horror game they try to recruit you to. Don't think that, like, once you walk away from a warlock, they're going to think, like, oh, nice battle. You got me. That was amazing. I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. High probability these warlocks don't change, guys. You walk away from that warlock, they go out there to start traumatizing other people. They start traumatizing more and more people. But throughout everyone they're traumatizing, they're not finding another you. So then they go to stalking you while still traumatized. These people are like a horror to society. And I don't know why this stuff isn't talked about enough. Because they just allow these people to walk around like normal people. And we got to coexist with these individuals. It's like actually pretty scary. I say this all the time on these lives. Like one of these days, we got to kind of have a voting system and have these warlocks wear shirts, or these narcs wear shirts that lets people know who they are. Because I feel like that will solve a bunch of society's issues. Imagine like you go up to like a warlock. You're like, oh, like, hey, I want to get to know you. They turn around. It says warlock. You're like, oh, my bad. My bad. You walk away. You get to live your life. But it's the fact that like these people keep coming into your life. They look normal. And for a lot of you guys, it's like always the same. They come into your life. You're like, all right, they seem normal. You start noticing the weird stuff. You're like, there's no way this could be happening to me again. There's no way this is like another like type of warlock, weird person, narcissist. And it's always the same cycle because like if you ignore that red flag, they're going to get worse and worse and worse until you have a full-blown warlock trying to take you out. When you guys are on this journey, having friends, it's very hard, guys. A lot of people got lost along the way. A lot of people went through so much trauma, they weren't able to figure it out. Some people get hurt so much, they get in the mindset of like, I gotta hurt other people to feel better about themselves. And warlocks can't connect with you in a normal way. And that's why this stuff is always kind of like obvious to you guys. Because you guys try to get to know people like in a genuine way. Like, hey, look, I want to get to know you if you're cool. With these warlocks, they'll start off normal and they'll always start with like the games. And then you'll think to yourself, like, this stuff is like very obvious. Like, what's some things like they'll do? Like, they'll probably like give you all this attention in the beginning, then they'll pull back, start acting dry, start playing hot and cold games. That's a witchcraft tactic right there. Remember, black magic is the manipulation of energy. So if they're manipulating you, that's black magic. If they're doing hot and cold games with you, you be talking to somebody, and in the beginning, everything's cool. You're like, oh, this person is amazing. And then they pull away immediately. And now that puts you in a state of anxiety. You're thinking to yourself, like, what did I do? Are we good? You start chasing them for their attention, their validation, and now they got you hooked. When it comes to dealing with warlocks, guys, you always got to ask yourself, why am I thinking this right now? Understand that we are not our thoughts. And a lot of us, when we awaken, we figured that stuff out. And we realized that from a young age, our family members was putting us under witchcraft spells. So every time like I'm thinking something, I'm like thinking to myself, like, why am I thinking this right now? Is it my thoughts? Is someone else trying to put these thoughts in my head? And the stuff is very sneaky, but once you have discernment and understand what these people do is plausible deniability, they try to make it seem like it's your own thoughts. That's when you'll be able to start seeing through these things. And another thing these warlocks like to do, guys, is they like to gossip. Remember what I said earlier in this stream? Gossiping is not like a normal thing. Someone gossiping behind you, behind your back, that's someone doing witchcraft on you. And when you guys are fully tapped in, it's like you can feel that stuff. You start feeling weird throughout the day. When you go up to the individual that was talking about you, you just feel it. They start to be distant. They start to act guilty. The people that are gossiping with, you feel like there's some type of energetic field right there. When people gossip to other individuals to alter their perception of another individual, that's witchcraft. And they do it to maintain control. Because they get to control other people's perception of you. Then they have people hating you and attacking you, and you don't even know what is going on. How many of you guys know what triangulation is? Drop ones in the chat. Triangulation, which is like another form of like gossiping. What's up, God's Called? So triangulation is another witchcraft tactic where basically you got the triangle, you got the warlock right here on top. They will basically pit two other people together because that makes them the puppet master and that keeps them in control. A lot of times, like, you will see this stuff probably like in family dynamics where your mom will pit like the siblings together and you guys will be too busy fighting each other to even know that the mom is like the one that's being a toxic one. Sometimes people do these in friend groups. And that's why I'm saying you guys got to be very careful who you open up to. In this spiritual warfare, guys, understand that whatever you said will be used against you. Some of you guys in the chat is like, trust nobody. I don't take it that far. I'm still saying just have one or two people at least. But there are some people, like, especially like when you're in like a group of people, You open up to one individual because you would want to gain clarity on what is going on. You probably know someone is a warlock. You probably know someone is a narcissist. You just know every time you come around, this person's just tripping on you, just being weird. And you guys don't want to act like you know it all. So you're like, let me see if anyone else sees what I am seeing. You go open up to a narcissist. Now you're in a witchcraft battle. Sometimes you open up to the wrong people. A boss battle meter will come up right underneath that person because that was the wrong person to open up to. Some people like getting the gossip on you, the tea, because that's energy that they can use that to like twist it and do something. You came very genuine. You were just trying to figure out, is this person against me? And now you told that person, and now they're going to go back to that other person and be like, yo, they said this about you. They're hating on you. Da 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 da. Then they'll come back and tell you something about that other person. That is a sick game people like to do to maintain control. People like to pit people against each other, and they like to just watch from the shadows and just have the time of their life. Because remember, your misery is the entertainment to a lot of these individuals. While you're fighting that person or you're going through a hard time, you're thinking in the lens of like yourself. You be watching other people and you're like, if they're suffering, you feel their pain. You're like, damn, I don't want you to go through that. They be like looking at you going through it and they be having the time of their lives. So they do that. They're in the back laughing. And that's where a lot of people too, like they'll play both sides. Sometimes you guys ask like, is it bad if someone stays neutral when you're getting into it, like with like another person, this and that? Sometimes warlocks use that whole playing both sides, staying neutral to keep the control. They like the toxicity, but they play like they don't. Those are going to be those covert narcs out there, guys. Some people are going to tell you so much. I don't like drama. I hate it, this and that. But you can see from the shadows, they're there manipulating things. They love the drama. It gives them their entertainment. Once again, there's only very few people you guys can trust out here. Use discernment to know who those people are, because opening up to the wrong people, it is that deep. Life and death. Opening up to the wrong person can get you into a situation that you do not want to be in. And a lot of us have dealt with these things. It's very hard having people just gossip about you, slander your name, trying to ruin your reputation. But as I always say, in spiritual warfare, you just got to ignore this stuff. The best way to win these games, guys, is to not play at all. So when you have your discernment and like, they're doing this stuff, they're gossiping, they're triangulating you, they're doing this. You don't even have to like fully know what they're doing. Esmeralda, thank you. You don't even have to like fully know what they're doing. Like you don't have to fully understand them. As soon as like you sense something is going on, just walk away. Just walk away. You see like any type of manipulation tactic, you're like, all right, I'm out of here. You guys have fun, whatever this is, but I'm gonna get out of here. Because the longer you stay around the witchcraft and these warlocks than you're supposed to, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And honestly, even just seeing it and walking away, I'm not even saying you're gonna be 100% safe. Some of you guys have pattern recognition, like you can like see in the future, and you know that if I cut this person off, they're gonna start just beefing with me. They're gonna start lying on me, slandering. But in these situations, I would much rather just walk away than stay around them. Because if they're a warlock, they're just gonna be around you trying to siphon you in the little ways that they be doing. And they have many different methods to like siphon your energy if you stay around them. Another thing they can do when they're around you is humiliation rituals. If you guys know what humiliation rituals are, drop ones in the chat. A lot of us, we had to continuously go through this stuff. It was a coming of passage. And real fast, if you guys are in the chat, make sure to shoot me a follow on TikTok. I go live every single day. I truly appreciate the support. You guys on the YouTube side, shoot me a sub. Really do appreciate it. I love your videos. Thank you. Esmeralda, thank you, thank you. Humiliation rituals is another way that these warlocks will siphon you of your energy. That is in the name. It's when they're trying to humiliate you, trying to humble you. A lot of these warlocks, they'll play the character as like they're your best friend in a relationship. But you will notice that as soon as you get around other people, they're trying to like do some weird stuff to you. And once again, once you start to see this stuff is going on, just walk away from it. You pass these humiliation rituals by not allowing it to get to you. Any of these witchcraft tactics, they only affect you if you give it power. You have to accept that this stuff is affecting you. So when they do a humiliation ritual on you and you go home and cry and think that like you're this, you're that, that is failing it. That is it doing what it's intended to do. But if you're able to go through this stuff and be like, all right, I'm going to take the lessons. I now know not to be around you. I now have stronger discernment and wisdom to apply to my next situation. This stuff will just make you stronger. The reason that a lot of you guys are even in here and you're understanding what I'm talking about is because you went through so much humiliation rituals, learned from the experience, and just became stronger and stronger and stronger. And sadly, a lot of you guys have to go through this stuff with your family members, your friends. 9 Ether, thank you. A lot of people are being used and not even knowing they're being used. A lot of us had to go through humiliation rituals when we were at our lowest moments. At your lowest moment when you really needed help, you needed support. You just needed them to say, hey, you got this. And then you had a lot of people around you where you had these sleeper agents get activated. Cook with Hook, thank you. And you had these sleeper agents activate, and they took your lowest moment as a chance to put you through one of the worst moments of your life. Because these demons know when you're weak, they know when you're vulnerable. These demons be knowing who you are before you do. And growing up, you probably always thought that like me, why would they attack me? I have nothing worth being attacked over. But that was them trying to kind of make you not see your potential. Because in this spiritual warfare, the more tapped in you are, the more happy, positive, on your frequency, you're going up, you start getting your abundance. These demons don't want that to happen for you. And that's why, like, you can do everything right in front of these demons, and they're not going to like you. They're going to keep moving the goalpost. Like, oh, you can't do this, you do it. Like, oh, you can't do this, you do it. Well, you can only do that because of that. That's why a lot of you guys thought something was wrong with you, like, for a long period of time. Because you wasn't getting any type of validation from, like, anybody around you. Anytime you did something, it was like they were just hating on you for some reason. Now you understand why. Now you're like, oh, that's what was going on? But as a kid, that's like the worst thing to go through. Because that's when you need to support the most. Because you're still trying to figure out life. And you trust the people that's around you. But the whole time, it's like they were around you to keep you stuck in a frequency. Where my generational curse breakers at? Drop ones in the chat. Generational curse breaker is a high probability your whole hometown was against you. And the fact that you guys was able to figure that stuff out when no one was supporting you, that shows you guys are like, you guys have some type of higher calling. And if it wasn't your hometown, it definitely was your family. Because a lot of you guys found out that you saw that as soon as you got away from your family, maybe you just moved out, new city. Cook with Hook, thank you. You got to a new city, things just start taking off for you. because you were no longer around that negative energy that was like holding you back, holding you down. Remember, a lot of you guys thought something was wrong with you like for a long period of time, but then you start connecting with people that's like away from your hometown, and then you see nothing was ever wrong with you. If anything, you were like highly advanced. A lot of you guys, you probably only got support from people that was like across the country. And that stuff used to confuse you, because why aren't the people around you supporting you? You try to get your friends to support you, no support. Try to get your family to support you, no support. So you're like, you know what? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not capable. Then you just do something, then someone you don't even know is like, hey, you got this. You're amazing. Keep going. And that stuff will feel weird too. If your whole life you never got no support from like anybody, and then people start telling you good job, you just feel weird. You're like, are they lying to me? They must be making fun of me. And that just shows you're just surrounded by horrible people. It's actually, thank you. Took you a minute to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can do this stuff. Because you start breaking that curse. You stop getting away from people that kept telling you, no, you can't do it. No, you can't do it. You passed the humiliation ritual. You got away from people that was always trying to make it seem like something was wrong with you. And one thing about passing that humiliation ritual, guys, you will get blessed with so much. Not even just like 3D like value. A lot of us got a lot of our spiritual gifts from going through these humiliation rituals. And this is not really something you can talk about out loud. You probably passed the humiliation ritual, got these gifts, and you thought you went crazy. You're like, why am I seeing these things? It was like a real life movie. You went to isolation. You started getting these abilities. Like, how do I control them? Am I crazy? It's working against me. You start tapping into your psychic abilities. You can start reading people's minds. You just know things. Like, you're just like, how do I know that? You start being able to sense energy, know when people are lying. You probably was always able to do this stuff, but after your humiliation ritual, it just got taken to a whole nother level. Ability so strong that like it was overstimulating. You're like, why am I seeing all these things? It feels like I'm invading people's privacy. But that was a gift to you guys. And sometimes you guys might think it's a curse. The whole gift of discernment might feel like a curse at times. But that was gifted to you guys for passing what you needed to pass. And that was something that was given to help you with the spiritual warfare. Because that gift of discernment has evened the playing field, guys. Because at first growing up, like, we were just in the middle of the ocean fighting for our lives. No discernment. We were so programmed that like people were literally like joking in our faces, playing in our faces. And we were just smiling like, yay, everyone's cool. Whole time they're literally telling you in front of your face, like, we hate you. You guys are amazing. And then you unlock that discernment and you're like, yo, this is insane. You start to realize a lot of bad people are around you guys. And that's why when you unlock these gifts, you guys like, I got to get out of here. You guys escaped. You're like, nah, like. And then when you got away and you start staying to yourself and start elevating, you saw how much these people are holding you back. Because once again, energy is everything. Like, there's people sent in your life to stop you from getting to that next timeline. And if you never went through that humiliation ritual, you probably would still be around people that was just traumatizing you, cheating on you, then lying and saying you're at fault, parents that are bullying you, friends that hated you. After passing and gaining discernment and getting boundaries, you start to have more of a self-respect for yourself. You start to not accept the things that you were accepting in the past. Because honestly, if we think back to it, a lot of stuff that we were accepting was just very embarrassing. But now you guys have that self-love about you where you don't allow these people to do these very weird things that people will be doing. An underrated thing you get after passing the humiliation ritual is that doesn't get talked about a lot is the ability to cut off people very easily now. You guys had a night and day difference. Because at first, you guys couldn't cut people off for anything. People literally bullying you, punching you, boop, boop, boop. And you're just there like, well, they did that good thing like 5 years ago. I know they have good in them. They'll eventually figure it out. Now you guys don't play any type of games. Like, you feel any type of like games, you're out immediately. Cook with hooks, thank you. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone, W's in the chat, W's in the chat. You guys have came a long way. You probably don't have anyone in real life telling you these things. I'm going to tell you. Because I know how hard that stuff was. So good job to everyone in the chat. The fact that you went from like people cheating on you, you're still getting back together with them. Family just bullying you. You're like, well, you only get one. Now you guys run a very strict program. So strict that these demons are like, why are you doing this? All because you don't want to play games. You don't want to allow these people to manipulate you. So you came a long way. Such a long way that like your cutoff game is so good that they keep doing Darvel on you guys. You cut someone off of the first game, the narcissist. That doesn't work if you're no longer in the picture. And that's why you guys have to go through those things to become that type of person. Okay, if you didn't go through what you went through and learn those things, you guys wouldn't be cutting people off as easily as you do now. And that doesn't mean that you guys can't communicate with people. That doesn't mean that you're cutting off people irrationally. They might think you're irrational because they don't know you can see what you see. People are playing in your face, and you can even tell them like, hey, look, I don't play games. Just come genuine. That's all you got to do. And we're not going to have any issues. And they'll really look you in the eye and say, I got you. And then go and do what they're going to do and then get cut off. Because once again, people thought this stuff was a game. One thing warlocks like to do a lot, guys, is to put you into a chase mode. Remember, warlocks love control. And if they're being chased by somebody, that means they had the control. That means the ball is in their court. They always start off normal, guys. They always start off normal. They be on their best behavior that first time you met them. You used to fall for that stuff. You're like, oh, I finally met the one. This is finally going to be a cool friend. And then it starts happening enough where the switch up happens. Now you're like, oh, okay, these people are pretending. So no matter how best of behavior they're on, you got to like vet these people out. Because the first sign of the weird behavior, gone just like that. And you guys have had to do that multiple times. Because they come around you, they're like, oh, this is a person that I can easily manipulate. They test the waters. They give you their best behavior. They do the mirroring. If you guys don't know, people come around you. They give you your personality back. And then the thing with that is like they'll give you your personality and they hope you'll throw discernment out the window. And once again, we had to go through the fires and the flames to learn that. Because that mirroring stuff would, at least for me, that stuff was getting me in the beginning. All someone had to do was act like me a little bit. I'm like, finally, someone else out here. And that's why you guys got to go through an isolation season. Because if you're still kind of craving, like you're lonely and like you need somebody, they'll use that against you. But once you're like fully comfortable in like your own energy and you don't need people like that, like you still want connection, but you're not willing to like throw discernment out the window and throw your values out the window to get that person in your life. Now that mirroring stuff is not going to work on you guys. And if you guys have gotten to that point of the journey, congratulations. because it's a beautiful thing when people come into your life, they act normal, honeymoon phase, and then as soon as they start acting weird, you can just disappear. As soon as they start playing games, that's the last time they'll ever hear from you. And these people can't say you didn't warn them. You're upfront at first, letting them know, like, hey, I don't play games. I'm not about that. And some of these people got to learn the hard way. Because these narcs, these warlocks, are not taking your words at face value. They think because they've gotten away with this stuff so much in the past, that whatever you say, they can still do that witchcraft spell on you and put you in a chase mode. One thing about you guys don't chase anyone. You guys don't chase anything. If that's how you guys operate, put ones in the chat. We're no longer chasing people. That's not what we're doing. We're at a frequency where we're attracting what's for us. And if they try to get us to chase, that's going to be the last time they see us. Someone out there right now, guys, is probably thinking you're going to come back, that you're going to break no contact. Some of the people out there right now is thinking to themselves, this isn't funny anymore. Why are you staying away? You won. You got the control. Because remember, they're playing the game. They want the control. But you're not playing the game. If you guys walk away from people, that's not to get them to chase you. That's not to get the control in the dynamic. That's you actually protecting your peace, walking away, because you also understand that once you walk away, you will get to your next timeline with better people. Because right now, this timeline with these people playing these games, that's not where you want to be. You probably saw potential in that person and they just kind of messed it up. And you guys do be having empathy for people, because right when people start playing games, people think that like you're not seeing it, but your discernment gives you an accurate character analysis on these people. And as soon as they start playing those games, you're able to... Hey, W Hefe in the chat, guys. You are amazing. W for the galaxy. But yeah, your discernment, your pattern recognition will allow you to get a character analysis on people. And you will understand why people do the things that they do. But what another thing that made you guys dangerous in this matrix is when you guys finally accepted that other people are not you. And that's what was getting you guys like a long time. You probably was always wondering, like, why are they doing this? Why are they manipulating? Why are they doing this? I would never do this. As soon as you guys start accepting not everyone is you, life started getting a whole lot easier. Because now when they start being manipulative, they start doing these games or whatnot, now you can disconnect and not take it personal. But once upon a time, you were projecting yourself onto other people. And it took a while to break out of that. Like, because you're a kid growing up, your thoughts, you just thought everyone was thinking like you. And that was a reality check to understand. Not everyone is empathetic. And that's what I just thought everyone had empathy. I thought everyone felt emotions. I thought if they saw someone in pain, that meant like they felt bad about it. When I started seeing people were laughing at other people being in pain, I'm like, why did I come down here? It took me a minute to be like, yo, all right, like we're here to, hey, W's, thank you. Thank you, Beyond, for the galaxy. But yeah, you're going to come to a point where you understand that not a lot of people have empathy nor critical thinking skills, to be honest. A lot of people turned off their emotions a long time ago. You got a lot of avoidance out there. You got a lot of people that can't think for themselves, so they fall for witchcraft very easily. You would think that once you wake up to this stuff, you're protected, you're good, this and that. The difficult part is where like other people can fall for this witchcraft, and then warlocks can use other people to start attacking you. Sometimes your family members use other family members to attack you. And you're like, damn, like this is like really you against a lot of individuals. Because it's very rare when you will go out there and meet someone that thinks like you. Some of you guys probably never met someone like you. Like, if it wasn't for the internet, you never would have ran into these individuals. YouTube, link is in the bio. Link is in the bio. If you guys are on my TikTok side, shoot me a follow. I go live every single night. I want to pause and tell you guys thank you for supporting me. It is Sunday night. You guys don't have to be here, but you chose to be with me, and we're talking about warlocks, and for that, I appreciate it. And YouTube, same with you guys. Hey, thank you. That's my first time getting that one. W Hefe in the chat. But another thing these warlocks are going to do to you guys, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream. They are destiny swappers. If you guys know what destiny swappers are, drop ones in the chat. If you're like, what is this crazy man with the hat talking about? Drop twos in the chat. When it comes to destiny swapping, guys, understand that what you currently have in your life, the phone that you're watching me on, maybe a computer, your house, your apartment, your car, your money, all that stuff was manifested from your thoughts, your frequency, and your energy. And when it comes to these warlocks, these gatekeepers trying to stop you from getting to your next timeline, not only will they do that, but they'll be around you while they don't like you to siphon you so they can get the benefits from being around you. So once again, not everyone that comes around you is like a true friend. Not everyone that comes around you is the perfect romantic partner, because these warlocks can play as like they love you when the whole time they are love bombing you. That's another love spell that we kind of haven't gotten into. We talked a little bit about the hot and cold games, but these warlocks will also love bomb you. And if you take everything at face value, that's how they can get you. Remember, don't pay attention to the words that these people are saying. Pay attention to what they do. It's all an energy thing at the end of the day. Hey, what's up, Slim Dunk? Appreciate it. These warlocks can love bomb you. And if you're someone that is craving love, craving connection, you're still scared to be alone, that stuff will get you. I don't want to say and play the part of saying when you have discernment, guys, you're going to be all-knowing and that they can never get you. Having discernment, like you'll sense things, you'll be able to see things, but they can play on your deepest desires to be able to manipulate you. We talk a lot in this chats about honey traps, succubus, incubus. They could be sent your way and just be straight lying. Some of you guys had some professional warlocks, professional liars come into your life, tell you this whole story of how they want to be with you, that they love you, that they're never going to leave you. But as soon as they get said energy from you, they will discard you very fast. Destiny swappers, what happens is you guys are right here. Destiny swappers are right here. They put you under witchcraft to make you think that they're right here. But no, they were always right here. And the destiny swap happens when that energy vampire is around you long enough and your energy starts to go down. So your life starts to go downhill. Their life starts to go uphill. You guys meet in the middle. But then when you get right here and that warlock that at one point had lower energy than you, now that they feel it, now that they sense the dynamic is different, they'll discard you immediately. Guys, these energy vampires, warlocks, narcs, they're not trying to circulate energy back to you. That's why a lot of you guys at your lowest moment, you had people discard you, because those people only loved you conditionally. A lot of people only really had you around because you gave them positive energy. Some of you guys be thinking like, well, me, I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money to give, no resources, this and that. Energy is everything, guys. Like energy is like what it's all about. These demons, they're very depressed on the inside, but one conversation with you, now they're feeling good. They're feeling better. They're feeling confident. And if you're not doing that for them, they're going to discard you. And it's sad to say that this can be like your family members. Some of your family members only have you around because you're supplying them with said energy. But if you try to get any energy back from them, you try to get advice from them, you try to like borrow money, get any type of help, they'll look at you and think to you like, who do you think you are? Every time I say that, I laugh because a lot of this stuff sounds like fake. But the fact that 900 of you guys on TikTok, 600 of you guys are in on YouTube are in here is because you guys saw these things with your own eyes. At your lowest moment, when you had no energy to give back to these people, they discarded you and made you feel as if you never did nothing for them. And that's why you guys had to get it together and start to understand that you guys got to be stingy with your energy out there. Don't feel selfish. The right people that deserves your energy, they will get it. But if you guys are being empathetic with everybody, thinking you could save everyone and everyone needs your energy, that is a quick way to like really burn yourself out, for these demons to straight take you out. And once again, when it comes to these warlocks that are trying to destiny swap and their energy even goes up a little bit, and you got to you got to kind of try to get some energy back for yourself, they'll discard you. And when they discard you and that mask drops, it's going to be so trippy. It's going to be like experiencing paranormal activity because they had you fooled. They had a mask on. They look like a normal person. They look like they're very attractive, just very charming, this and that. When their mask drops, you'll be like, yo, this is like a completely different person. When you're dealing like in reality, when you talk to other human beings, one of three things is happening. Either you're giving energy to people, either you're siphoning energy, or if you're around someone that's on a similar frequency, you guys will just be sharing energy. And every time you leave that individual, you'll feel rejuvenated. They'll feel rejuvenated. It's going to be people that can understand you, validate the things that you are going through. But when you deal with the energy vampire, they don't want to give you any energy for yourself. They'll stay around you just long enough to be able to get right here. As soon as it goes right here, now you're in the mode of like, you got to try to take some energy. They'll discard you. And when it comes to the spiritual warfare, guys, when it comes to the veil, these things I'm saying will never be said out loud. You will never hear like a warlock destiny swapper say, oh, well, you no longer have energy, so I'm going to leave you. Good luck. Try to go figure it out. It's confusing because these vessels don't even know that they're being used for the most part. So they got to kind of make up some type of reason to justify why they did the thing that they did. And if you guys aren't careful, those Darvo techniques is going to confuse you. They drained your energy. They ruined your life. They did that, but they're making you seem like you're the issue. Some of these warlocks are so crafty. They have a pattern of doing these things. If you guys are going to date, if people are like keep like hopping to one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, and you're next in line, don't think that you're going to be any different. Because that energy vampire, that warlock was probably siphoning people, took out that person. Siphoned that person, took out that person. Siphoned that person, took out that person. Then he came around you. What do you think is going to happen? And you guys are going to be falling for the spells if it was like when you were unawakened. Because what they're going to tell you is that like every other person was the issue. Every other person was the issue. This person was a warlock. This person was a narcissist. That's not all the issue. And you're thinking, well, it's going to be different with you. You're just going to be another victim in that tale. And once you have no more energy, they're going to be on to the next. And that's why you guys got to watch out for who you guys have smex with. I'm on TikTok, so I got to say that word for the kids in the chat. but SMEX stands for Sacred Energy Exchange. And if you have SMEX with the warlock, they're doing magic to siphon you and ruin your life. You have SMEX with the wrong person, the next day you can probably get fired from your job. You start fighting with people you never knew you're gonna fight with. If you had a routine, now you can no longer keep up with it. You probably was going to the gym, meditating, out in nature. Having SMEX with the warlock, you get up in the morning, you're like, I don't wanna go. I'm too lazy. I'll just eat some junk food, I'll go tomorrow. All that stuff is magic that's going on to put you into a lower timeline. And this stuff is not as obvious, so you guys got to be able to watch out for it. Sirens, warlocks, they don't look like demons. They look like regular people. This matrix is always watching you guys. They're studying you. They're trying to figure out what your weakness is, what your type is. A lot of times when these people come around, it's like your perfect type that you are looking for. And if you guys don't listen to your discernment, you have to end up dealing with the consequences of it. But do know when it comes to destiny swapping, that's never a permanent thing. When these demons are siphoning you, they're not doing anything to like hold on to that energy. So people always ask me like, how do you reverse this stuff? How do I get my stuff back? I lost all my money. I lost my job. My family doesn't want to talk to me. All this different stuff. If you walk away from anyone that's like siphoning you and you break that soul tie with that individual, it's going to take some time, but whatever was taken away from you guys will be returned back to you. One example right here, when people do SMEX magic on you, is not only to even like take something from your life. These demons can siphon like your looks from you. And once again, I know this stuff sounds like a fairy tale, but to the ones in the chat that's like dealt with that stuff, they've been with somebody and by the end of the relationship, they don't even look like who they are anymore. Skin looks older, you lost your light, the gleam in your eyes, you're no longer smiling. What's up, Jarvis Prince? Appreciate it. And you don't even gotta believe me if you look this stuff up. Go on TikTok, YouTube, people that be in covens, warlocks. They want to get more beauty, so they seek out people that have the looks that they are looking for and stays with that person until they're able to siphon them. And you no longer have the looks, whatever they were looking for, the energy, the looks, the resources. Now they're on to the next because these people are vampires, guys. They don't want no connection with you. You thought the whole time, like they said, I love you. You're like, oh, we're going to get married. We're going to have the family. It's going to be like what you envisioned when you were young. You get older, you start to realize that these people have ulterior motives. Your energy, a lot of people are going to be sent with your way to try to get into a soul tie with you, try to break you, try to ruin your life. So you got to be careful. Like when you have this type of energy about you, when you guys have been working on yourself and raising your frequency, you guys became divine. All the men in here, you became divine masculine. All the women in here, you became a divine feminine. And when you operate in the divine, guys, you guys are a target out there. Don't think that like people see you, they're like, oh, that's a divine masculine. That's a divine feminine. Can I get your autograph? You're amazing. Nah, they're like, I want that for myself. Like, how'd you do that? But people aren't willing to do the work. People aren't willing to show up every single day and do the things that you're doing. So they rather take a shortcut and they're like, all right, I don't care if I sabotage your life, if I ruin what you got going on. I just want it for myself. But when it comes with people doing that type of stuff, guys, do understand that karma is like a real thing. And if you guys are divine, light workers, chosen, star seeds, generational curse breakers, black sheeps, You guys are divinely protected. So these people can do these things to you, but they're gonna get their karma. God's call, thank you. But there's a couple requirements for someone to get their karma. And I'm not even talking about karma like it's like a vengeful, vindictive type of thing. But sometimes you guys ask me like, well, these people never get their karma. Two things with that. One, understand the world is a stage. So when people get their karma, they're never going to go out there and just be like, I'm going through it. The karma got me. People like to play the part. Like, people can be going through it and they'll post their highlight reels on social media. You can't really judge someone's life off of social media or what they present to you. It's all an illusion. And then two, people can only really get their karma if you walk away from them. Your energy is very powerful. If you guys stay around people, your energy is going to be an umbrella for these people. God wants to deliver like karma to these individuals, but you keep forgiving them and staying around them. They're not going to get their karma because they're siphoning you and your energy is protecting them. But one thing about that, guys, once you walk away from people and you call your power back, that karma is going to hit them fast. And remember, the vessels don't even know they're being used. So they'll truly think they're better off like walking away from you or letting you walk away. And then when they start to realize that the current life that they have was only manifested through your energy and reality starts to correct itself, they start to get their karma, they're always going to come back. Always going to come back. And at that point, you got to decide for yourself, are you going to forgive that person and stay stuck in that timeline? Or are you going to be able to move on and go to your next timeline? This is a matrix, guys, spiritual warfare. The reason everyone in the chat's like, that happened to me. I'm going through that right now. These demons do the same thing. They're very predictable. They need to reattach that energetic cord to you to be able to siphon you. So when you walk away and you're trying to get your power back, they're going to try by any means to stop that from happening. They'll probably be very persistent to let you know they changed, they did that. These warlocks can also attack you guys within your thoughts and your dreams. Cutting a soul tie isn't as easy as it seems. If you stay away from them long enough, trust that it'll get easier over time, but they're not going to let you go so easily. Thank you, guys. Because when you're around from that person, you're going to start yearning for them and start being like, should I just forgive them? Should I go back? That's that soul tie trying to pull you back in. Because they're thinking about you, and now you're feeling their emotions as well. Some of you guys, the soul tie is so deep that you're having dreams about them. And it's like subconscious influence because it's to make you get up. Just think to yourself, like, maybe I should break no contact. Hey, everyone in here, do not break no contact. If you're in no contact with some type of demon, I know it might be hard right now, but keep these people out of your life. Keep them blocked. Have them on that block list. Ignore all attempts for them to come back into your life. And I know it's hard right now, but over time, it will get easier and easier. This just doesn't apply for like people you dated. It could be a family member. It could be your best friend. You never thought that betrayal was going to come. It could just be someone right now, currently in your life that you never expected that you had to walk away from. But trust me, over time, it's going to feel better. There's a lot of people in this chat that's dealing with that currently. I like to do this in all my streams to have people feel their own power come back to them. But right now, at this point in time, I need everyone to write, I call my power back. All capital letters. Say it out loud as well, because words are spells. And feel it too. Just feel it. These demons, their goal is to make you feel like you're powerless. Their goal is to manipulate you, to make you feel like you got to chase them, to give your energy. And the thing they were scared about the most was you guys recognizing that you guys do have the power within. So anyone that's like manipulating you, trying to rage bait you, you got people stalking. This reality is pretty weird. We talk about a lot of stuff on here. But yeah, if you got anyone stalking you, you got any warlocks trying to like get back into your life, succubus, incubus, just take your power back. Don't feed into any of the weird stuff that they are doing. Ignore, ignore, ignore. You can also alchemize the energy as well. When people do weird things to you guys, just take that energy and make it a positive. And that's how you guys are going to win in the spiritual warfare. Michael, thank you. Yeah, but if you guys got any questions right now, now is the time to ask. In 5 minutes, I'm going to let someone up here. We're going to have a quick conversation. But like I said, thank you guys for supporting me. If you guys are on a TikTok side, shoot me a follow. I go live every single night. YouTube side, shoot me a sub. TikTok, if you want to catch this live afterwards, subscribe to me on YouTube. Esmeralda, thank you. I do one-on-ones, guys. Link in the bio. If you want to text me, link in the bio. To everyone that has currently texted me, I got a lot of free time tomorrow. I will be responding to your text. I just don't do personal readings. So those messages I don't respond to. So my bad. I'm going to specify that like in the link. Can you get your light back if it was siphoned? Of course. Stay away from whoever is siphoning you, and that stuff will just come back to you. Thomas, appreciate it. Thank you. How do you know it's a soul tie? If you guys got intimate, it's definitely a soul tie. You're probably feeling that emotions when you're away from that individual. An easier way to break a soul tie too is to go on a long fast. But honestly, it doesn't have to be that complicated. I say the fasting because it makes it easier, but just staying no contact with somebody can break that soul tie. Can demons attack you through someone else? Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, but people that are easily influenced, it's like, think about the Matrix. The Matrix is like a macro level witchcraft spell, and the Matrix uses people within the Matrix to attack you. If you go up to someone in the Matrix and say, hey, we're in the Matrix, you gotta do this, that, they're gonna start attacking you by calling you crazy. So yeah, other people can definitely be used. Nah, I don't do readings. When I do one-on-ones, it's to help people gain clarity. Yeah, in the spiritual warfare, guys, if people are calling you crazy, as I always say, I take that as a compliment. Giovanna, thank you. You guys have been going crazy with the gifts. You guys don't have to give me gifts, but I do truly appreciate it. Thank you. Fasting is very powerful because it raises your frequency. And we all have discernment, but fasting is going to make your discernment like 10 times more powerful. So you'll be able to see exactly what you need to do. And that's why people say if you need clarity, go on a long fast. Like, you'll get some downloads to tell you what you need to do. Esmeralda, appreciate it. You help keep us sane. Hey, you guys keep me sane too. It's cool having these conversations with you guys. Thank you for your information and your videos on TikTok. Appreciate the support. Destiny swapping is just energy vampires getting around you guys. And the longer you stay around them, your life will get worse and their life will get better. That's why, too, sometimes like old friends will try to reattach themselves to you because they see you're on the going up, and they want to like subconsciously like ride the rocket as well. When you're around someone that's like a lower vibration, you got to understand, especially if it's people from the past, if they haven't grown themselves, they will treat you as like an old version. And if you're like feeding into it, that stuff can like lower your frequency. Some people from your past will never be able to see you as like your new version. It might freeze right now. This is much needed. I got you guys. Appreciate the support. How long to regain energy back from Jezebels or Liliths? It depends how long that person was around you. And if you're in a soul tie, like so many different factors. I never think about like how long is it going to take to get said energy back. I just disconnect immediately and just take it day by day. Hey, but YouTube side, I'm about to have like a joint live on my TikTok. So I'm going to end the live right here. I appreciate you guys.